Chelsea fans, we are still in the international break, and you're not going to believe it. We've had another leak. Another leak has come out. And no, it's not what you think. It's not Wesley Fofana leaking the team sheet. It's this. Take a look. Here we have it. So, from the shed end, via Esvafane, however you say that. It's the leaked new Chelsea kit for next season. The 26-27 away shirt has been leaked, apparently. And this has been on multiple sources around X today. Now, my thoughts on it are, I think it's nice. I think that the crest is nice, but it's definitely showing me a bit of CFC LDN, which I don't like. And I'm kind of getting used to the fact of there not being a front shirt sponsor, really. They'll probably wait till March next year to get maybe Costa Coffee on the front or something. But the reason I want to show you this and want to get your thoughts on it as well is that at the end of the day, we're not going to buy it. We're not going to go to the shop. We're not going to go to the mega store. We're not going to buy it. So I don't know how else you go around buying it that's not going to affect and put money in their pockets, in the club's pockets. I mean, the last couple of seasons I've been going on websites and finding the shirts for £8 and getting them, and they're being two sizes too small. I don't know whether that affects them. I highly doubt it. But yeah, it's good. It's all right. Not interested really. It would absolutely bang on players, I reckon. They have shown a little photo of it on Moises Caicedo. It does look great, but the crest has given me CFC LDN, which is to do with Blueco, and no front shirt sponsor. And how do we go about getting it without putting money in their pocket? Because we've got to do less of that. We've got to stop feeding Blueco because we don't want to. So yeah, that's that on the shirt that's come out. Let me know what you think. It looks nice, but I don't want to buy it because I don't want to put money in their pockets. Let me know also if you know a way that we can get around buying it. Maybe like a better website than I do, because as I say, they're two sizes too small. Doesn't work out very well for me. So as I said, we are in the international break. Malo Gusto's been talking. He's been talking to ESPN. He said a few things about the managers. Let's take a look, shall we? Here we go. So this has been reported by Fabrizio Romano. Malo Gusto has said, Liam Rosenior is a top coach. I don't get why people criticise him. He is a lot of things for the future. But if he is the Chelsea manager, it is because he has a talent for this. We believe in him. And that is being told to ESPN, and that has come via Fabrizio Romano. Well, if he's got the Chelsea job because of his levels, that's not correct. And you can take them comments with a pinch of salt. It's not because of his levels. We don't have levels at Chelsea anymore. It's because he's a yes man. He's in the umbrella. He was already at Strasbourg, and he was an easy fix for what they call an interrupted season because of Maresca suddenly departing. Yeah, I don't know if he even believes what he's saying himself, really, to be honest with you. I mean, how can he come out and really say that and then throw displays out there like they have the last 3-4 games since Leeds, Burnley, PSG, Newcastle, PSG again. And what was the last game? Oh, and the last game, Everton. Yeah, you can't be saying that he's a top manager and he deserves to be there and we're all behind him when, one, we know he isn't, and two, you must know that he's underqualified. You must feel that when he's in the dressing room. When you're at Chelsea, it seems a bit silly. And also when you're throwing displays like you have been on the pitch prior to the international break. Okay, so don't try and pull that one with us, son. All right. He's also been saying a little bit on Enzo Maresca. So let's take a look and see what he said on Enzo Maresca, shall we? So this is courtesy of Shay on X, and this is Malo Gusto on Maresca. Everyone was very upset that Enzo Maresca won't be our coach anymore. In the last match, you could see he wasn't happy, but he didn't say anything because he remained very professional. He was a manager who fully understood us helped us grow as players, and taught us much more tactically than any manager since I arrived. This has affected almost everyone. See, now you're talking a bit more sense, mate. To me, Enzo Maresca, you could see that he was getting a tune out of you. Okay, the results towards the end of his tenure was questionable. Some of his subs from last season and this season were questionable. But we knew that he was being controlled by the medical staff when he was taking Cole Palmer off. But we could see in big games, you know, he had it together. He knew how to set you up and you knew how to play under him. You understood. And I think you can clearly see now that it was a big shock and that you're not feeling it under Liam Rosenior, because I said before the international break at the Everton game, it looks like you don't want to play for him, or it looks like you don't understand how to play for him. Now, Liam Rosenior, when he first come in, he did say that he hasn't really been able to tweak that much, and he's just changed a few things, on what was built up on what Enzo Maresca done. You can see that with a few more training sessions, he's tried to pull away from the Enzo Maresca stuff and he's started to implement his own thing. And what's happened? We've capitulated. We've dropped points. We've shown next to nothing performances. It's been terrible. So you can see that it has affected the players. And also you've had Enzo Fernandez coming out, speaking his truth. And now maybe questioning whether he's going to be there next year. A lot of people didn't want Enzo Maresca in the job, but I think you could say that he's done a better job than anyone that's been in under this tenure of Blueco. And I was okay with him. I was comfortable with him, as long as he was given the tools that he needed to push the squad further. He wants the centre-back. He didn't get that. He was frustrated, you could see. And then also you've got, you know, the board and Winstanley Stewart all coming out now saying, you know, oh, we know what we need to do this transfer window. We're going to go for elite players, blah, blah, blah. Dangling of the carrot. Stuff we've heard before. I mean, we're going to be going into our 9th transfer window under them. And we've sort of heard the same thing over the last couple of windows. I mean, 1.5 billion spent, we should be a lot further on than what we are. It's a joke. And we're a joke to everyone else as well. So he's come out with a few things to say. And the Liam Rosenior one, I don't really understand. I don't think anyone would read in that. Tell me if you think anything different. And the Enzo Maresca one, I can understand there being a big interruption and a big shift. But that's what happens when you have men in there that aren't yes men. Are probably yes men at the beginning. But with credit in the bank with the UEFA Conference League and the Club World Cup, he probably felt that he had a seat at the table and deserved to have his say and be listened to. But the owners had a different plan, and we saw that. So, coming up next on X, that rhymed. There's been a bit of news coming out about Cole Palmer. And here it is. So, this is courtesy of Samuel Luckhurst, which has been posted on Vince on X. And this is Cole Palmer. He's understood to be frustrated by a change in Chelsea's tactics, which he feels have denied him space on the pitch. Now, there's also been other reports about him being unhappy by the same person today. Now, if I scroll over Sam Luckhurst here, you will see that Sam Luckhurst is a Manchester United correspondent at The Sun. Well, make of that what you will. We've heard grumblings of Cole Palmer not being happy and being linked with Manchester United by multiple sources. Obviously, that one there, he's a Manchester United correspondent for The Sun. He's probably feeding the carrot a bit of a brief he's been told to put out. Especially after Cole Palmer did have a good game for England during the week against Uruguay. He came on, got an assist. Looked like the Cole Palmer of old. Quick off the pace. So I can understand it. And I'd understand Cole Palmer being unhappy. Enzo Fernandez is showing that he's unhappy. I could definitely understand why Cole Palmer would be unhappy. He signed a long-term deal. He's come to what he thought was Chelsea. But he's now starting to realise that we are just CFCLDN under American owners that are just all about business and not business on the pitch. And that's what he wants. He wants the success. I remember when he was at Man City and he won the Champions League. They gave him the trophy to lift up and he didn't really want to because he didn't feel a part of it. And he was hoping that he'd come to Chelsea and be able to actually do something and being able to hold a Champions League trophy or a Premier League trophy, which I'm probably sure that he was told when he come in that this would be happening in the next 3 to 4 years. But that time just seems to be going further and further away. And he's not going to wait around. This is Cole Palmer. He's come in, he's proven himself, he's hit the ground running. And now you've seen his performances that he's starting to realise, hang on a minute, what's going on here? Yeah, I'm in London, I'm at Chelsea, but this isn't what I was sold. So I don't understand if he wants to go. He's an untouchable. Don't know how that would go. But we'll have to wait and see. Now, the next thing I want to get onto is, obviously we were in international duty, international week. We've had a bit of a break from Chelsea, which I was actually quite looking forward to. I was really looking forward to this week. But I've not had a good time at all. And that is because I am apprehensive about how we're going to come back and the games that we've got. Even Port Vale, I mean, I'm underwhelmed by that. But the games coming up after that, City, United. You look at the next 6 games that Chelsea have got, and honestly, I'm seeing 0 points. I really am. Well, Tottenham. Okay, we got Tottenham. We always beat Tottenham. So I'm looking at probably 3 points there. But all the others, I'm not too sure about. And going back to Malo Gusto's comment about Liam Rosenior, you know, you can see why he's at Chelsea and his levels, and we respect him. Well, the international break's telling me something a bit different, because we've had Mark Cucurella. He's put in a stellar performance. I think he was rated 7.5 on SofaScore. We've had Cole Palmer with a 7.3. He got an assist and he done well when he come on. Enzo Fernandez, he's crashing the box like Frank Lampard and getting a goal. Pedro Neto, I mean, I'm going to get onto him in a minute. Who else have we had? João Pedro and Esteval. They've been playing well. And what does that show you? Coming away from Chelsea, having a breath of fresh air, having elite, experienced managers, and also youth players around them with experience, they're going to thrive. These players would thrive so much more with experience, and the board need to understand that. They've got these players in for the youth side, but you need a mix of experience. I don't know how many times we can carry on saying this. Experienced players. I think if we all had a penny for the amount of times that we said that, we'd be millionaires. And then they're coming out with briefs saying, oh, you know, we know what we need to do. This transfer window is going to be a big one. I'm sure I heard the word elite players, experienced players. You can even get young players who are elite with experience because they've been in and around the big guys. So, yeah, international break has shown us that these players can go away with their countries and put in the performances like they did. Like Mark Cucurella, he was performing like the player from last season. We haven't seen that at all this season, maybe at the beginning. But Enzo Fernandez, obviously, he's been keeping us going to an extent. But, you know, he's shining at Argentina. So, yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting when they come back. They better be putting in them performances. Because if they don't, it just shows us again that they can't perform for this manager. And they're not into it. They're not listening to his notes that he's doing when we're 6-0 down in the 95th minute. So, yeah. But talking of international break, Pedro Neto, he's back at it again, isn't he? And I'm pretty sure, I don't know if he actually got a red card for this, but let's take a look. So as you can see there, look, Pedro Neto is having it out with a Mexican. Now, he's got some balls there, if I'm honest with you. He's got some absolute balls there. Because he's not dealing with just anybody. He's dealing with a Mexican. He's dealing with a possible cartel link. Yeah, he's definitely got some balls there. But again, it just goes to show some discipline issues. And that's going to be another thing when we come back as well. Is that going to continue to hinder our seasons? Red cards, disciplinary issues? Is it going to be an issue that's going to cost us games? Because we're already probably going to be cost games by our manager, the players, how they play for Liam Rosenior. But that is something we're going to have to wait and see for when we come back. I think Port Vale's not going to tell us a lot because it's Port Vale in the cup at home. I don't think we're going to play a strong squad. We're going to have players coming back from international duty and they've travelled thousands of miles, some of them. Cole Palmer has obviously been quite lucky because he's in England. But it'd be interesting to see what team we do put out for Port Vale. And then what happens at the City and United games. I mean, my hopes aren't high. You know, you're probably sitting there thinking, "Oh, come on, you know, we're on the end of the season now. We got to be optimistic." Nah, I'm not optimistic based on what I've seen prior to the international break and who I'm seeing sitting in our dugout. And over this week, every time I see Liam Rossini's face, it's making me angry. And I didn't feel like that at the beginning. And I don't want to listen to any press conferences. I don't want to hear the words outstanding, world class, just ball, basically. And even you've had Kevin Kilban come out this week and say that he doesn't even recognise Liam Rossini from the player that he once knew. It's like he's swallowed a philosopher. So he doesn't even recognise him. So are we not seeing the real Liam Rossini? Is he trying to be someone that he's not? I don't know. But will he be here next season? Will you see him here next season? There's a lot of grumblings at the moment that he won't make it to next season. And you're hearing as well that Champions League football isn't the be all and end all for him. I mean, what standard have we got at this club? And also the financial levels that we're expected for next season, we've based them off being in the Europa League. Oh, come on. Is that really what we've come to? That's not Chelsea. That's CFC LDN. I've got to put them both apart. They're not the same anymore. God, we're almost back, guys. This is worrying. We're going to be in worrying times. So yeah, let me know what you think about the league kit. What Fabrizio's come out with. Malo Gusto, what he's been speaking about. Cole Palmer, Man United journalist, speaking about him being unhappy. Pedro Neto getting into it with the cartel. And also, just to reinforce it again, we've got Man United at home on April the 18th for an 8 o'clock kickoff. We've got Strasbourg fans flying over from France, and I hear it's big. There's a big number coming over. Potentially United fans could be joining in because they're not happy with their owners as well. That would be massive, wouldn't it? Chelsea, Strasbourg, Man United. All fans coming together to protest against their owners. And I think it's going to be great. I think it's great that Strasbourg are coming over. I think it's going to be massive. Is it going to move the needle? No. But it's going to be a big stance. A massive stance. And it's going to be the start of something. So don't buy the new kit. Go to your games because you've already paid for your season ticket. Don't buy any drinks or anything in the concourse because that puts money in their pocket. Fuel up before and then fuel up after. Mass exits, walk out 60th minute. I won't be going to any games. I'm going to be going to the protest, but I'm travelling 2-3 hours to go up to the protest. But I won't be going into the game. I'm just going up for the protest, and I don't think I'll be going up to any more games this season. I probably won't go up until Blue Car are out. So that's what we're with at the moment, guys. So international break, it's almost over. I think we've got one more game coming up for England in a couple of days' time. There's a few more games coming on tonight and over the course of the next coming days. So let me know what you think on the leak of the new kit and everything that I've discussed here via X. And I will catch all of you soon.